Hi everyone. Man, it's been a minute since I have been able to update you all. Honestly, I've been dealing with a lot for my dad's care the last couple months. And have you ever been in a season where it's like fires pop up faster than you can put them out? I mean, that's basically production. So you would have thought that I'd be used to that after working in production for years. But yeah, it's been like 2 months of nonstop, and I've had to pause most other things in my life to focus on my dad and my family. But man, if this season has taught me anything, it's that I have a lot of grit, and that I have actually built a lot of good systems in my life to sustain myself and preserve myself, and just creating a lot of buffer. So I mean, I know that I think I've talked to you guys before about how, with the energy buckets, and I'm very aware of what gives me energy and what takes energy away. And I know that producing or admin or organizing things, like I can do that. I'm actually pretty good at it, but it drains me faster than if I just have one piece of the puzzle, like writing or acting. Having to organize all the pieces of the puzzle, my battery just goes down real fast. So in this season of life, since I'm doing that for my family, I've added a lot more buffer into my life in the forms of just more time and space alone, quiet outdoor nature time, self-care routines, social time that actually fills me up instead of drains me, which is usually more like one-on-one or two-on-one, like small group stuff, versus going into a big crowd of people. So I very mindfully have built those things into this season so that I do have the energy to do producing or care managing for my family. But that being said, these last 2 months have been a doozy, and only in the last couple days have I really gotten the chance to kind of pull back a little bit and calm my body down, calm my mind down. My mind has just been on overdrive, and that's a whole skill in itself, right? I was really good at it. I was really good at like checking out in my mind and going into a peaceful place and focusing on other things. This last couple months feels like it blew that skill, and now I'm having to relearn how to clock out on all the issues that still need to be solved, and just be like, I got the ones that had to happen today, and I will get to the other ones when I have energy, and just trusting that the solutions will come and all that. But yeah, is anyone else going through a season like that where it just feels like pressure from all sides, and yet you're still trying to hang on to something in your life that you're trying to move forward? Like for me, my film and the festivals, or just my acting career, or friendships, things that matter to me that I may not be able to put as much energy into, but I'm still trying to invest little bits of energy into it amidst the priority of the season. It's hard. It is hard, especially when the needs are changing every day. But as with most of my videos, you're not going to just get the updates. You're going to get the philosophical, deep ponderings of Jewel. So one thing I was thinking of today is something this season, and being forced into the fire has made me realize, is why the heck am I waiting? Not waiting. Why the heck am I submitting to somebody else's rules that are made up, that are based on what they've seen makes money, or their assumptions of how things can be done? Case in point, there is a fantasy novel that is my favorite fantasy novel of all time. I mean, don't make me choose between it and Lord of the Rings. I don't know. I can't have that conversation. But it's up there. It's up there with Lord of the Rings, which is saying a lot. And I haven't seen it made into a movie yet. And I have always wanted to play this role. It's a woman who has been overlooked, who isn't the the one that everybody notices, who is a bit different, and yet this thing happens where she then has to train to become a warrior and ultimately finds this whole side of her that she didn't know was in her. And anyway, it's such an amazing story, and I want to play this character. And I mean, does this character sound like anyone you know? Like someone who finds a warrior inside of her? Like, I don't know. Does that sound familiar? I was born to play this character, but I listened to the voices in my head that were saying, this character in the book is clearly in her 20s. You've missed your chance. And then I was sitting here thinking today, and I'm like, what the F? Why? There's literally nothing in the book that would be ruined if she was a little bit older. In fact, it might even work better because she's supposed to be different and supposed to kind of not be following the normal timelines that other people are on, because she's not like the classic beauty. So why did I assume that just based on that fact, just based on the fact that Hollywood only ever casts beautiful 20-year-olds in fantasy heroine roles, that I've lost my chance? F that. Freaking F that. We see across the board in fantasy roles men in their 40s being the hero. If not fantasy, every film, like men in their 40s, totally fine. But if it's the female lead heroine, she has to be, perfect, picturesque 20s, not a wrinkle on her face, not a blemish, beautiful big busts, whatever. Like, why did I agree to that? I'm done. I'm done limiting myself based on that, because I believe that there is a whole demographic of women like me who are in their 30s and their 40s, who feel just as fierce and beautiful as they did when they were 20, and even know themselves better and have found more of their true selves now, that still have passion and dreams and drive and are just coming into the beautiful part of their story, just like this character in this book that I want to make into a film. And I think that demographic will watch this film, will be inspired, and will pay money to watch it, Hollywood. So F that. I do no longer accept that I missed those roles just because I'm not in my 20s anymore and I now have to play the old queen or the wise sage or, the seasoned warrior. No. I mean, those roles are great too. I will play those too. But I'm not going to give up on this dream. And yeah, there's a fantasy budget that I don't know where it would come from. And yeah, I would need to get the rights from the author and all of those hurdles. But I'm not going to say no just based on the age that the character was originally written in, because Hollywood says that I would need to cast someone else. Done with that. Done with that type of thinking across the board. So that is something that has been birthed out of these pressure-packed 2 months, is I'm like, if I can get through that, I can stand up to these stupid rules that Hollywood has made. And I can even believe that a budget like that could come into existence for me. So there's just a little encouragement for anything that you've ruled yourself out of. And yeah, the truth is, maybe this particular author wouldn't give me the rights, and she is, married to the idea of it being a younger person. Who knows? But I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. I'm not going to say no before I even try to cross that bridge, right? And if she's not willing, then maybe I'll write my own fantasy novel with a 40-year-old woman as the lead character. Yeah. Anyways, Reverberate updates. We've now been rejected by like 8 film festivals, whatever. We've been accepted by 5. Last one I think I told you about was Vermont, which I don't think I'll be able to make it to just because of everything going on. But We got into Compton's Hub Film Festival that is happening in September. So if anyone is in LA, please connect with me. I want you to be there for the screening. It would be amazing to have people I know and love there to see the film on the big screen. I'm hoping there will be a big screen. All these festivals are different, but I'm excited to see some of you in September and go to a dear friend's wedding and just connect with my creative family in LA that I still deeply love. And yeah. Thank you for all your thoughts and prayers and messages through these last couple months, because they've really kept me going in moments that I have felt mentally overwhelmed. Yeah. I've got the stamina, and you do too. And let's stop bowing to these stupid rules, guys.